Hello everyone, this is Indrajit Ganguly and today I am going to discuss the second chapter from the history syllabus of class 9, Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. And my today's topic is topic 2, the Russian Revolution. In this topic, I will discuss you about the Russian Revolution, what was the context of the Russian Revolution, what was the reasons behind the Russian Revolution, and what was the impact of the Russian Revolution to Russia and to the world perspective. But before going to the Russian Revolution, I personally divided the topic into three parts because I believe that will help you to understand the topic very well. First, I will discuss you about the condition, political, social and economic condition of Russia before 1905. Remember, 1905 was a very important year in the Russian perspective because one revolution was organized in that year and that revolution changed the political system of the society, political system of Russia. Next, I will discuss you about from 1905 to 1914, the period of 1905 to 1914. 1914 was a very important year because in this year, First World War happened. So, I discuss you about the condition of Russia in that period, and next from 1914 to 1917, that is till to Russian Revolution, will be discussed in my third part. So in my first topic, I will discuss you about the political, social and economic condition of Russia before 1905. You can see in the political condition of Russia, Russia was a monarchy. Russia is having a monarchical form of government. I think you know that there are different forms of government: monarchy, dictatorship, democracy. So Russia is having the monarchical form of government. Just like France, Russia is also having a monarchical form of government. France was ruled by Bourbon dynasty, I hope you remember. Russia was ruled by the Romanov dynasty. The ruler of the Romanov dynasty was Tsar Nicholas II, was autocratic ruler. I hope you know that during the time of Louis XVI, French Revolution occurred. So, the Russian Revolution was occurred during the time of Tsar Nicholas II. Student, there is an interesting fact about Tsar Nicholas II. Remember, Russian king is generally known as Tsar. The term is Tsar, T-S-A-R, not Tsar. It's Tsar. So, Russian king is regarded as the Tsar. Okay, in the map of the world, this is the location, current location of Russia. But I am not discussing about that Russian Empire. Russian Empire was a huge base and it was a broad based empire. You can see in the NCERT, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia are also part of the Russian Empire. So, this is the territory of the Russian Empire. Okay, the vast territory of the Russian Empire was having diverse population. Basically, Orthodox Roman Catholic Christianity was the main religion of the Russian Empire. Remember, students, this is very important for 1 mark question. What is the main religion of the Russian Empire? That is, Orthodox Catholic Christianity is the main religion of the Russian Empire. But there are other religions too, called Buddhism, Islam. These group of people are also lived in the Russian Empire. Okay, next, that is the economic condition of Russia before 1905. You can see Russia is a agriculture based economy. Okay, 85% population earned their living from agriculture. So, what about the 15%? So, industries, other 15% were industrial based economy. But the problem is, the large industries basically found in small region. Basically in Russian Empire, St. Petersburg and Moscow, we generally found the large industries. Okay, and in other part of empire, in other cities of the Russian Empire, generally there are craft industries, small scale industries and so on. Okay, Most industries was the private property of the industrialist. Obviously, industries are owned by the private owners. Government are not the owner of these industries. And obviously, I think you learned about from the last topic, that is about the socialism, that is when some of the property was owned by the private enterprise or private owners. So obviously they are thinking about their own profits, right? So in Russia also the private owners, they are also think about their own profits, right? And generally in these industries, working hours basically from 10 to 12 hours. So that was a huge working hours. While in the small workshops, working hours was up to 15 hours in a day. So you can imagine that there was no personal life of the workers and there is no entertainment in their life. The workers had to work in their factories. Besides, 31% women, they are also worked in the factories. So men and women, they both have to work in the factories for their survivals. Remember, generally workers came from the village areas and the workers migrated from villages and settled down in the cities. And these workers were divided by social groups. What type of social groups? Suppose there are one sort of workers, they are coming from village, that is another group, one group, and those workers who are living in cities, these are city workers. So there are two groups of workers there. And also workers were divided by skills. Suppose one worker is a very good technician, one group of workers is a very good technician, so they have one group. One worker, they are very good manufacturers, they have a one group. One worker is a very good painter, so they are having a one group. So okay, so these workers are divided by their skills. Despite divisions, workers did unite to strike when they disagree with employers about dismissal and work conditions. So there was a continuous conflict between workers and the owners. And whenever there is conflict, basically all the workers who are divided in different groups, they are united and they organize strike. So this is the economical base of the Russian Empire before the 1905. Okay, next, the society condition of Russia. Basically I told you that Russia was a agriculture based economy, right? So peasants cultivate most of the land and nobility, crown and church owned the properties. That means the landed property is owned by these groups. So this is just the same situation of the France before the revolution. I think you know that in France the society was divided into three groups and there are two group of people. One is called privileged, another is called non-privileged. So in Russia there is the same condition. Basically all the property is owned by these three group of people, nobility, crown and church, and only the peasants, they cultivated most of the land. But the thing is, it is very important, that is, peasants pulled their land together and whatever the output from that land, that should be divided among the workers on the require of their individual family. What is the meaning of it? Suppose if in a group there are 50 workers, they are working together in a land, right? Suppose if one worker is having 3 members of family, right? Another worker is having 10 members of family, right? So the output of the land is divided on the basis of their family requirement, correct? And this family requirement was divided by the peasantry organization. And this peasantry organization in Russian language is known as Mir. So this is a very unique concept the Russian peasantry applied at that time, that was not applied by the other European companies. So some people and some of the politicians and some of the intellectuals, they particularly believe that the Russian peasantry, they followed the natural socialist idea. Now, what is the natural socialist idea? I think in the previous topic I discussed, you know about what is the natural socialist. you get to know about the ideas of Robert Owen and Louis Blanc, right? Robert Owen and Louis Blanc, they are giving the idea of cooperative society, right? In cooperative society, there is no concept of workers and owners. Whatever the outputs, that should be divided among the workers, correct? So the Russian peasantry, they did the same thing. Whatever the output, they usually divided it on the basis of their family requirements. Next day, in my next class, I will discuss you about the development of socialism in Russia and how different type of political parties came up in Russia and how these political parties helped for the expansion of the 1905 revolution. Thank you and have a nice day.